government committed to continue helping Malaysian youths. Hello and good afternoon and happy Hari Raya to all our Muslim friends. Thank you for joining us. You're watching Updates at Noon with me. I'm Jessica Lee. The Perikatan Nasional or PN government remains committed to continue helping youths through empowerment for the development of highly innovative and sustainable human capital. Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin said towards this end, various initiatives had been implemented specifically for the youth community through assistance packages of the strategic program to empower the people and economy or Pemerkasa.
Kerajaan telah memperkenalkan beberapa inisiatif khusus untuk belia di bawah inisiatif ke-19 Prihatin Belia. Kesemua usaha ini adalah demi untuk memastikan supaya segala dasar dan inisiatif kerajaan sentiasa kekal relevan dengan mengambil kira aspirasi dan keperluan semasa golongan belia.
Speaking in his National Youth Day 2021 address aired live on the Youth and Sports Ministry Facebook page today, the Premier said the government, through the Youth and Sports Ministry and with the cooperation from the Malaysian Youth Council, was also taking the initiative to formulate the new youth development model. It said the model was aimed at supporting and improving the existing mechanism of the Malaysian Youth Policy 2015 to 2035 to be in line with current policies, including the Shared Prosperity Vision 2030 and Sustainable Development Goals. Malaysia may see more than 8,000 new COVID-19 cases a day in June if members of the public do not comply with the stipulated standard operating procedures or SOPs. Now, according to the Health Ministry's latest data modelling, it forecasted an increasing trend of more than 8,000 infections beginning 13th of May until the 6th of June. In a Facebook post, the Health Ministry said based on the daily number of cases, the national infectivity average rate has increased to 1.14. It said Perak has the highest infectivity rate of COVID-19 nationwide, standing at 1.32, followed by Terengganu at 1.29 and Kedah 1.22. As such, the ministry urged all Malaysians to adhere to the SOPs and always wear a face mask, observe and practice proper physical distancing at all times, as well as staying at home to avoid from being exposed to infections. The Health Ministry will conduct an immediate risk assessment on the need to extend the quarantine period from 14 to 21 days on all travellers, including Malaysians arriving from India, in view of the emergence of the new COVID-19 B1617 Indian variant. Its Director General, Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah, said this was to deter the possible spread of the new variant. In a statement, Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham said a study has to be made after 7 out of 132 passengers who were brought back from India on the 12th of May on a special repatriation mission were confirmed COVID-19 positive with a positivity rate of 5.3%. He said the Health Ministry had decided to extend the mandatory quarantine period for these passengers to 21 days, including the flight crew members, ministry personnel, as well as the National Disaster Management Agency officers. The Health DG added that the mission only carried passengers whose reverse transcription polymerase chain reaction or RT-PCR results were negative. Upon arrival at the Kuala Lumpur International Airport, they were brought through a special lane to the KLIA Air Disaster Unit for a health screening. Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham urged Malaysians to cooperate in preventing the entry of the new variants from India, which is reported to spread faster and cause more serious symptoms, especially among individuals aged below the age of 50. Now, the COVID-19 Quarantine and Low Risk Treatment Centre, or PKRC, at the Pahang Sports Complex, Sukpa, in Indramakota, has been reopened yesterday evening. Pahang Civil Defence Force, or APM Director Colonel Cik Adam Abdul Rahman, said the State COVID-19 Task Force had decided to reopen the indoor stadium as two existing quarantine centres in Pahang were reaching their maximum capacity. Colonel Cik Adam said the PKRC in Sukpa will offer more convenience for patients following the decision by the state government to provide separate quarantine centres for both male and female patients. It will cater to a number of low-risk cases of COVID-19 that would not require a special treatment. He said previously the Housing and Local Government, or KPKT, Training Institute in Bukit Tinggi, Bentong has 119 patients, and the Health Ministry Training Institute in Kuantan has 228 patients. Both were close to reaching maximum capacity, prompting the state government to decide to reopen Sukpa. The Sukpa Indoor Stadium was closed in December last year after about 168 foreigners from the Genting cluster in Bentong and the Kuala cluster in Kuantan were discharged. The capacity at the Kuala Lumpur World Trade Center, or WTCKL, Vaccination Center, PPV, for the AstraZeneca vaccine has been increased to 8,100 doses daily starting today, making it the center with the capability of carrying out the large-scale vaccination exercise in the country. Protect Health Corporation Sdn Bhd Chief Executive Officer Dr. Anas Alam Faizi said prior to this, the PPV capacity was only capable of administering about 2,400 doses a day. Dr. Anas explained that the increase in capacity at the PPV can further smoothen the AstraZeneca vaccination process. Special lanes for individuals with disabilities were also provided to further smoothen the process. He said a total of 500 health workers, non-health workers and volunteers were also ready to facilitate the vaccination exercise at the centre. Protect Health, a wholly owned non-profit subsidiary of Protect Health Malaysia, established under the Health Ministry, has been appointed as the executor for the participation of private medical practitioners in the National COVID-19 Immunisation Programme. A man was killed while two others were seriously injured when they were attacked by a group of men at the Taman Desa Maju housing construction site in Langkap, Perak on Thursday. Hilir Perak Police Chief ACP Ahmad Adnan Basri said in the 6:45 p.m. incident, the 29-year-old victim was having a drink with three other friends before being approached by a group of 8 men in 2 cars who then went on to assault them. ACP Ahmad Adnan said the victim and his friends then fled, pursued by the suspects, one of whom was armed with a machete. He said the victim ran off into some bushes nearby where he was believed to have been attacked. His body was later found by members of the public at about 9 p.m. 2 other friends of the victim, aged 19 and 25, were also injured, one of whom suffered 3 broken fingers of his left hand, while the other suffered injuries to his right arm. He also said that another friend of the victim who was not injured claimed to have known some of the assailants. ACP Ahmad Adnan urged those with information related to the incident to contact the authorities. He said further investigations and operations to track down the suspects were ongoing, and the case was being investigated under Section 302 of the Penal Code for murder. And that's it for this afternoon. In our top story, government committed to continue helping Malaysian youths. Tune in to News at 10, coming up at 10 p.m. on My Freeview saluran Berita RTM, channel 123. You can also stream the channel via YouTube or RTM's Click web portal and mobile app. Thank you for watching. I'm Jessica Lee. Have a pleasant day.